Welcome everyone. Eric Hatcher with Century 21. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. Today, we're going to have some really fun, special stuff and listening to Jerry James, some really ways to convert. He's going to be teaching the next several weeks on conversion. And so I don't know, guys, there are some amazing books out there. Conversion Code, Chris Smith, he did, and that's a great book. They just did another book too that I just got, so in the middle of reading that one as well. So some great stuff on basically conversion, and that's what we're going to share with today. And so I will share my screen, and it's about, again, guys, setting yourselves apart from the masses. Is that a word? Mass? All right, so we'll go presenter review, start from the beginning. Boom, you guys had some. All right, so I want to share this. Some of you guys may have seen this little screen that I use every once in a while, that we're all kind of like popcorn. And the interesting thing in here is that when you look at a kernel of corn, I always think about this, is that way back when, when they grew corn, wherever corn came from, and okay, let's got this yellow stuff. Okay, now let's boil it. Maybe they probably had a stick and probably threw it over fire. And then who actually came up with popcorn? Like, cutting them and then like sticking them in, into some kind of oil and popping it. So, sometimes, guys, we are like popcorn. Some of us will pop, some of us will just kind of sit there, and some of us will, as heat is put on us in the market, if the market changes, shifts, are we the one who's just going to pop and be different, to make some adjustments, to pivot a little bit, and to make adjustments? One or two small adjustments in your guys' businesses could absolutely then just explode like popcorn. And then popcorn is absolutely the best. Mine the other day at Movie Studio Grill was really buttery, which was fantastic. So that's my favorite type of popcorn. But so then we add butter, salt, all sorts of that. But just some of us don't pop. So guys, so I wanted to just share a number. I think I've shared this with some people before, and maybe those who are new haven't seen this. But anybody want to guess? If anybody has remembered this, Allie, you might have been in this class, but do you guys remember what a client's worth? How much on an average client and this is a life of a client, if you actually held on to one client, of what that client's worth money to you? 14,000.
I don't remember the number.
20,000, 30,000. Like if you bought a house, now this goes into like any potential referrals. Maybe they buy 3 or 4 homes with you over the period, if you're into it for a 30-40 year career. So it's a big number, but here we go. You ready? Anybody guess it's over 100 yet? No, sorry. $177,000. That's a big number. So this actually, I want you guys to realize that a client is not just one commission. A client isn't just that. There's some people that I've gotten to, several people that would call up and they'll say, hey, I'm calling on this. I just got one yesterday, and they're calling on this house that is $149,000. It's a mobile home there in Roseville at a trailer park. And it happens often where I'll say, hey, this is in a trailer park. What's your thoughts? And oops, got more people in the waiting room. Sorry, guys. Got Jana coming in and one more person. And so get that off my screen. So what's happened there is that somebody might call you and say, hey, I want to see this house that might be a $50,000 trailer, $150,000 trailer. And then they realize that that they might have been calling for a friend or a family member, or that's not them. And all of a sudden now you're showing them a $500,000 property. So there's things that you got to take every single client, even if it's a renter that walks into this door. I've got one of my favorite clients. They're wonderful. They come to customer appreciation parties. He's retired. His name's Joel. They came in here maybe 15 years ago and says, we're looking for a rental, and I grabbed the rental book. I chatted with them for a few minutes. I sent them more information. I checked in with him the next week to see if he got something. He did get something. So it was great. You know what happened? Maybe 6 to 8 months later, I probably didn't even send him a lot of stuff after he got a renter. He called me and says, hey, we want to buy a house from you. And you were the kindest and one of the nice agents that we went into all the offices, and you were the nicest one that we had. And I valued that respect, and I want to, pay that back to you. So it was like a $700,000 house that we purchased. So just want to share with you that $177,000 was what a client's worth. So when a client walks in that door, now, again, guys, they are people. So I don't want you to all of a sudden just think $177,000 and then you think dollar signs. And when you see people now, they are relationships. But to point that out, that there it is, you can get that much money from them if you actually take good care of them. And so I want to share today, how can you guys double your income without getting another lead? I'm just going to be silent for a minute. that possible? What do you think that means?
For you to be silent?
Client retention.
Client retention. Right, that's a good one, Al. I like that. And that's really what it is. If you guys didn't get another that you currently have, so if you took care of those leads that you have, are the ones that maybe you got a year ago, 6 months ago, and I'm going to share some new things that you guys probably haven't heard of the way it's actually being addressed today that I really love that Jared James kind of shared this last week. But you're doubling your income without getting another lead because you're going back and you're taking care of your leads that you personally have. So what do you guys think on your conversion rate? You guys ever like analyze your conversion rate? Is that kind of a scary number? Depends how many leads you guys have coming in. You know what the National Association of Realtors average is? 0.04 to 1.2. So I know a lot of general public out there, they might think that we don't, that we get paid too much. They might think that, paying that much commission is, in some houses, it's a lot of money. But at the same time, if you only have a 0.04 to 1.2%, average, that's not a really good average. So I would encourage you guys to step it up a little bit. And so this is what we want to talk about today. So you could double your money. So if you have like a 2% average or a 4% average, what if you could just bring it up to a 4% or 8%? And so in this next couple sessions, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about ideas and ways to build your conversion to become a professional and understand some scripts and some things that you can say to generate and double your income from just taking the existing leads that you have. And I know that in this last week, I could probably go back and look, but there's probably, I think that we're having conversations with, and some strange conversations on some exchanges of we're exchanging real estate and they want to exchange some weird things. Maybe they were kidding, but it was really weird, but won't go too much into that on some of the weird texts that they send back. But we probably have had about 20 texts from just reaching out to people that in the last, year, 6 months, 3 months, just continually 45 minutes every morning going, this is Eric. What can we help you with on real estate? What can we help you? What do you need? Da, da, da. And they're contacting us back. And some of them are saying, this is what I need. Please set me up on this search. Yes, this is and they're kind of, some of those people are already on a search. They either don't remember it or whatever it is, but it's bringing them back and taking the leads that we already have for a higher conversion rate. So I really want you guys to concentrate on that and go back. And I'm going to share something with you right here that you're going to really like, because realistically, 90+% never convert to a sale. That's a high number. If you're converting, and that's everyone. I mean, Jessica could have the same, Valerie could have the same buyer. We're all looking for the same person, and maybe they'll never buy. You guys have always had these, and you've seen it before with these individual people. And if you haven't, you're gonna work all day, maybe a couple of times, going out showing a property, and they just say, well, thank you very much. We almost wrote an offer on a house in Auburn, and we're gonna hold off and maybe come back in September. And that was like a whole entire weekend I spent with that couple. But do I just quit? No, you just keep engaged, because they're going to come back, and they're going to. Guys, this week I got 2 referral checks, and I couldn't even remember where they even came from. I looked at the address. One was $2,400 and one was $3,400. And I just got 2 checks this week from referrals that I actually, like this gentleman who I spent 2 weeks with, that they tell me that, hey, we're going to think about moving to Oregon now. We're looking at these other areas now. Send it out. You guys have a big group here. We got people everywhere. I sent Kimberly a referral up there in Nevada, sent Rodney up there in Nevada a referral. So you guys, we are a big group of people here in our company. So get to know these people when you come to summits and different things. Get to know who they are and where Valerie's working and where Jane is working. And so then you get to know them, you get to meet them face to face and say, hey, I want to build this network inside our own network of people. So then you can actually help and help them. So, and they all don't, unfortunately. I sent 2 referrals out, one down to Derek Kirk down there in Elk Grove, and they ended up going with a different agent that their son used. And another one was South Carolina, and they just switched on me and went with somebody else. So there's some lost potential revenue, but this is the easiest, that's really the easy money right there of just referring it out and let somebody else kind of do the work. And you just get some referral checks every once in a while, but that's a huge number. So don't beat ourselves up that because 90% of them just never convert. But here, I'm going to get excited about what I'm going to teach you here, but need to be that professional. I don't know if you guys can juggle or not. Who's our best juggler? I don't know. We guys will have a juggling contest. So, but I want the market has changed, and I want to share this with you guys, because before, we really feel like that when you had an up call or an up lead, or they came in the walk-in or whatever it might be, that we felt that if we were face to face with them, if Valerie calls me up and says, hey, I want to come look at some homes, and if I don't do something different or stand out, Valerie's already probably called 2 or 3 other agents. If it comes through on a lead source that maybe 3 or 4 agents are going to call Valerie, then your chances of your converting Valerie to a house is really, really minimal unless you do something different. So, but if Valerie and I came walking in here, we had a face-to-face conversation, that's the old school where then boom, now we have a relationship, we jump in the car, we go look at some houses, we write an offer, and then we're best friends for life. But now what's kind of happening to guys right now is now it's you have to get in front of them when they want to learn. And that's really crucial to really think about, that is that now I see more people, and I know that yesterday a really great lender, Randy, that I know Jessica was there and listened to Randy, that said that he just yesterday closed, he was a lender and he closed two deals. And on those, oh guys, more people in the waiting room. Sorry, coming in. Be right there. Get them in. So Randy mentioned 2 things, and I love how he covered it. Randy didn't just say, hey, I got keys coming for 2 of my clients today that have been, one was, I think, Jessica, what, 12 months maybe, another one was 6 months, I think, that they were looking. But it wasn't anything negative to his clients, or didn't show negative to him that why did he take a year to sell him a house? He was just letting people know, and that was a perfect point to this, is that now that we have to get in front of them when they want to learn. And those who just joined us, I was talking about this, and I'm going to go back and I'll review that in just a moment. But before we had to get face to face in front of them, and that's still the best way to convert people, guys. And those who just joined us, we were talking about that. Your conversion rates, they're low. We need to like double our money and convert more. And so, and I can share that with those who just joined in just a moment. But getting face to face is what it used to be. Now we have to actually get in front of them when they want to learn, and that's basically on the phone. That's basically information to market updates. That's being a 3 to 6 months, because right now I can see it. I can see that I've got people who are saying, if I call somebody and they just put in a lead source that they want to actually sell their home, and you go, and it frustrates you a little bit, because they just go into a Home Light or whatever company that they just punched it in. They say, I want an evaluation of my home. I pick up, I give them a call, and there's Allie, and I say, hey, Allie, how are you? This is Eric Hatch with Century 21. I see that you just inquired on Home Light, and I'm one of their preferred agents, and I just wanted to share my information and see how we might be able to help you. And it looks like you're looking for a price evaluation. Are you looking just for a basic price evaluation, or looking for to sell your home to have somebody come in and actually meet with you? Oh, no, I'm not interested. Well, what do you mean, Allie? You just, like 2 seconds ago, you just clicked in a button that you want a price evaluation. Now Allie just told me they're not interested. And really, then you got to like learn and ask one more question. It says, oh, no, that's totally understand. I'm sure you're probably getting bombarded a bunch of phone calls, but just want to check in with you to see, is that something that you're maybe looking in the next 3 to 6 months or next year to maybe possibly sell your home? Then they're going to really answer that question in the beginning. They're going to say, well, we're actually we're curious about the price because we're thinking about selling in 3 to 6 months. So then you can now have this relationship that you can start asking and letting them know, great, I'm just going to send you a really quick evaluation on your home, if you don't mind. I got your email. They already sent it over to me. Would that be okay if I checked in with you tomorrow after I sent it? Oh, absolutely. Please do. So now I'm actually sharing with them about what their house is. So I do get frustrated when people click to want to know information, but then they don't really want it when you call them. And then they don't even return a call. But will tell you, and that's the big news coming up here in just a moment on where the money on the follow-up comes from. But people are really saying 6 to 12 months before they're ready to buy. So it's us, and it's our job to do that. Now it's to learn. Okay, educate them. Show that you are the expert in your field. Build their expectations. Be a professional, and then use your CRM to communicate. And I hope that you guys did this. Is it my next chart? Nope, I might erase that one. I hope that you guys changed and done the CRM last week, or if you guys missed that class that talked about dividing your CRM and your names and dividing them in different categories. And if you guys haven't, please go do it. If anybody has and you want to share a great experience on that, you have 30 seconds of pure silence. Come on, did somebody just say, just please tell me that you guys moved one of your people into in a group? Valerie, you're up.
Yeah, I'm brand new, even though I was an agent in the past, but I took what you said to heart and went after and found about 60 buyers to sellers orphan agents that used an out of area agent. So now I have information on them. So I was going to pick your brain and see what I should send them for my first contact, but
Perfect. Okay, let's come back to
later.
that at the end of class, but I'll answer that question. So that's awesome, guys. And basically what we shared with you guys is take your CRM, divide it into the groups. So now Valerie will take that group and she'll designate that little group of these individuals. And then those who missed the class last week, stay tuned because we'll share a little bit more as we and her and I have a little conversation and we can chat about that. So going back, a lead really just basically means that it's supposed to turn into a transaction. So you guys, if you got, hey, I got a lead, now we got to realize that, hey, that lead could be worth $177,000 of a lifetime client. But at the same time, we need to realize that we need to be patient, but persistent. And I believe we're getting close. 80% of that business happens. There it is right there. So this is where it's super important for you, us, including myself, to realize on statistically that 80% of the business, 80% of you converting happens between the 5th and 12th contact. How many people actually go all the way to a 5th and 12th contact? I mean, 12 contacts is a lot. I had somebody that called this week actually, and to go see a house, and I was on the road. I didn't have a chance to do it. Usually what happens if I'm like on my computer and somebody calls and says, hey, this is so-and-so, and I see this house. Can you look that up? So I pull it up really quick, but at the same time, I'm jumping and taking their name if I pulled over on the phone, and I'm actually pulling their phone number and putting it into my CRM. So immediately I can go, okay, this is Jenny. Okay, this is Jenny. She's calling. And while I'm just kind of chatting, looking up the house, and then I'm looking at the CRM, I'm looking at my notes and go, oh, hey, that's great, Jenny. Thank you so much for reaching out. And, how's your dog Snippet or whatever you want to call the name, or whatever information that you see in your notes about, this or that. Because sometimes we have so many people, but this person, I was on the road and I didn't have time, or I couldn't actually look. I was driving, couldn't really see it. So I'm just going, okay, well, how'd you find my name? And, a number. And she goes, oh, well, you sent me that house this morning. Great. That doesn't make me look really good because I don't know who you are, but that's great. But then I went back and looked, and it's like, I've never spoken to this lady before. Somehow we just put her on a drip and she's just kind of continuing going through. And you can allow your CRM, because you can't hit 5 and 12. If you guys have, like I mentioned last week, 9,500 people in your database, how in the world am I going to contact all of them 5 and 12 times in there and try to get their business? But if you keep doing a drip, or you keep emailing them something and you keep giving them information, that you're going to be there. So I've had so many people have reached out and said, great video. I've had lots of agents about my market videos and my market updates that I do, because they really like it, because it's important information. So just because, and here's the big one right here, we don't say no for them. How many times are we sitting there going, I got Jane, I called once. The next day I called Jane again. 4th day I called Jane a couple days. Maybe about a month later, I go, oh, I forgot about Jana. I might call and pick up or send an email. Jana still doesn't call me back. And am I just going to say, you know what, Jana, I'm done. I'm not going to chase you anymore. And some of us might, but maybe we do that on the first call. Maybe we do that on the second. Maybe we do on the third. I'm always finding a way to say, how do you want to communicate, Jana? Do you want to text? So we send text. I do a video message. I do an email. And then when she responds, and finally after maybe the 5th to 12th time, Jana finally responds and says, can you please stop bugging me? That's great. She just said no, but I didn't say no for them. But what if Jana?
I would never say that to you.
I'm just using your sweet name, Jana. Sorry. But yes, you actually don't. You are super sweet. But in this example, then Jana all of a sudden says, you know what, she maybe a week later, she sends me a text, and because she replies on the text and goes, hey, Eric, thank you so very much for your constant persistence on that. I really appreciate that. I've been super busy on that. But yes, I definitely want to buy a house. And yes, I definitely want to sell my house, whatever it might be. And now that is coming between the 5th and 12th. Just because they don't answer that phone on number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, keep being persistent. And that's about how we're going to double our income. And that's how you're going to take your conversion rate from a national average of less than 2% to a 4% to a 6%. Then when they actually come in and see you physically, I'm going to show you basically how we do that. And I've got a 100% guarantee that I feel that so far on my samples of when I have my Zillow meetings with my buyers, it works so well. And I've closed every house when we actually get to that point. There's a lot of people who are nurturing right now that have gone through my Zillow or my Zoom. Did I say Zillow? I said that before, my Zoom meeting, sorry, my Zoom meeting that I have with these individual people before they actually come and look at houses. And I've got somebody else coming actually at 11 today to do the same. All right, so I want you guys to set yourself before, or set apart. There's a before, there's during, and after. And I know I've shared this with you that before they actually even contact you, you're out there being that super professional person doing marketing videos and doing videos where they just see you, they see your signs, they see, you know, wherever you're at. And then during, there's a full-on during section of during the transaction, during the nurturing, during you know, communication, and then there's the after. I'm going to express a little bit how you can generate that $177,000, you know, client worth value for a lifetime, and that's a lot about the after stuff. And so setting yourself apart, I think I've shared this, there's a few new ones on today. I do videos, I record my screen, I go through over offers with them, I go over disclosures with them on the bottom right, I go over my market comparison with them. I have Zoom meetings, so if I have a buyer, I've got 2 pages of a buyer that I had a Zoom meeting the other day. I schedule a Zoom meeting, I say, great, before you guys come up to Auburn, Grass Valley, why don't we grab a Zoom? Can you do it tomorrow afternoon, or what's best for you? We schedule it, I get on there. We actually spend 20 minutes. I show them maps. I just get on Google Map, really. And then it's got all the little buttons that you can just click if you want to say, look at this park. And I click on that. And then the park pulls up, or a lake information pulls up, or a community information pulls up. And I kind of share what that is. I literally, 2 weeks ago, I literally had a client that I did this with 3 weeks ago. And then 2 weeks ago, they came and I really just said, look, guys, I've got a wedding in the middle of that. You're going to be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to take you around, drive you around Tuesday morning. We're going to look at about 4 houses in the South area. Wednesday, you're going to drive around. I already preset them to do that on Zoom, gave them all the little kind of their little traffic and where they wanted to go and their little travel plans. And then we'll pick up back up on Thursday morning. And then I'll show you a couple more houses on Thursday morning. And they were totally down with that because I gave them a plan. If I just said, hey, Allie, that, you know, why don't you come into town? I'm going to be gone for 2 days or 1.5 days, and then just look around. You know what they probably would have done? They probably would have went in and saw Janice sign or Valerie sign and you know, connected with a different agent, and it would have been cray cray. But at the same time, though, is because I had a really nice Zoom meeting, probably for 30 minutes, going over with both of them. And then when we showed up, we felt like we knew each other. We knew our faces. We knew that. I have a buyer who's coming on the 27th of August, who just emailed and said she's postponing, but she just said, Eric, your voice, your video messages, and your what a warm, comfortable feeling of just knowing you and stuff on the message that I send, because anybody new, I go, hey guys, this is Eric Hatch with Century 21. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I look forward to visiting with you on Zoom tomorrow, or thank you. I look forward to visiting, whatever you want to say. And I just want to put a face to a name. I also want to share down below. There's 3 videos that you can watch of why choose Eric Hatch. You can look at some Yelp reviews to see that I have 5-star service. And then also if there's a marketing video, if it's a seller, you please watch that 6-minute marketing video, because I think you'll be, I want to show you what we do differently to set us apart than other agents. And then that's it. And I just say, thanks so much. I look forward to hearing from you. Click. Then I can see that they actually watched it. They give me a little woohoo. They like the video. I can go and see when they watched it, how long they watched my video. So there's just a lot of fun things that you guys can do with video. And it just totally changes the perspective of the one-on-one. Because remember, I told you, you've got to be in front of them to get the better, but now you have to be that person. So now when they see me here, they're in my CRM, they get a marketing update that there's my face. They go, oh yeah, I remember this guy because I talked to him or I saw him on a face. They haven't even been here yet. And boom, guys, I've sold so many houses with people that I've never, ever met. We have like 2 in escrow, I think. Bless you. 2 in escrow right now that are in escrow that are people I've never met before. And they are sellers selling deceased family homes. And I just do everything video. So it looks like, I feel like we know each other. We get on Zoom. I chat with them all the time. So guys, utilize technology because it is amazing. This is what we talked about. I did leave this slide in. This is actually an old slide because last week it was updated, but this is what I want you guys to do is divide your database into different categories. So when you guys go to do prospecting. So when Valerie goes and prospects, Valerie then can instantly go to this orphan, we called it, buying, selling kind of leads, which we'll share a little bit later. Or if I want to go into my people who are showing now, or if I wanted to go into my VIP Elite, or my current listings, or my future listings, or my expireds, I can go instantly into that category out of this now 9,000 people to be able to see and you utilize and break out to make it a little bit easier for your prospecting. So remember, $177,000. Okay. So this is what I do. I've got like questionnaires that we send out through Smart Monkey, Survey Monkey. That's what it is. Survey Monkey, that we send out client questionnaires of where their favorite restaurant is. We have videos that are happy birthday videos. I don't create these videos. I create one video, then I basically replay it and give it to them. And not like personal. Yes, I wish I could, but I don't have a lot of time. Sometimes I do. So if you have a birthday video, you record one in January, and that's the birthday video that everyone on their birthday gets. They have a happy home anniversary video, so they get a happy home anniversary. Congratulations! I can't believe it's already been another year in selling your home, and it was great. If there's anything you need, and then you ask for more business. I want to share a little bit. This is going to be kind of brief, but this is a VIP all-star, whatever you want to call it. I call it VIP. People could call it Gold Club. You can call it all-star. I just have it where my people, if they give me reviews through Yelp or through Google or whatever review they give, we go out and give it a Starbucks card. You guys can get the Starbucks cards. There's like a code on the back. If you sign up with Starbucks, where is it at? Like a corporate account? Yeah. There's an account that you guys can sign up for Starbucks, and then you can actually give Starbucks cards to Jana, Allie, and you can give that to your client. So if somebody actually comes up and goes, "Hey, Eric, I just wanted to share," and they put a beautiful review at Google, then I will take a Starbucks card. I will send them a letter. I also send it with the client card from the company. And I say, "Look, guys, here's what it is. Don't throw the Starbucks card away, because anytime you give me a referral, a review, then I add more Starbucks money onto that. So then you can actually, if you scratch out that number on the back of that Starbucks card, you can actually put that in a database, and then you can control, and you can actually take money, add money to that card as they go through. So people actually love my Starbucks cards. You can get them customized, but they're super expensive. So I just go buy 10 of them at a time, put $5 on each one, send them to them. And then if they give me another review, I add more money to it. So that's kind of what I do there, because social media, and I'm going to share something here too, is you have about 90% of the people in social media just give a thumbs up, a little heart, whatever, when they see something cute. We all do it, just kind of like super cute. But I want to share something that there are a lot of other people on social media, and I want you guys to stand apart here. I want you guys to watch for peaks, pits, and milestones. And this is really, really important. So if you see, like yesterday, that we saw somebody on social media that was having some surgery, or we saw somebody that was tearing apart their kitchen. I'm going to show you a couple of things here. I want you guys to stand apart and be different. We actually got a listing. It didn't sell because I think it's just a little bit further out than most people wanted to be. But we did take a listing on something that it was a customer who I actually did a video for and interviewed her on her company, and something I never knew who she existed, but she was a leader in the community. So I went and videoed that, had a nice little interview. And then when I noticed that she was having some health issues, we sent her some cookies, and then she sent me a letter. And then about 6 months later, we put her house on the market. So, but now she's a client. And so when you see these type of things, I'm going to share with this about how we do this. You can do Starbucks, giftgram, flowers, DoorDash, whatever you want to do. So yes, you can comment about the loss of their mom or the loss of this or whatever it might be that's sensitive, and a pit and a milestone, or boy, congratulations, you had a baby. But here it is. Here's my client responses. Bob said, "You go way above your customer," and I totally agree. I am more than thrilled with our decision to move here. Thank you so much for the cookies. They brought much needed smile to my family's faces. Thank you. Oops. Thank you for the yummy dinner, plenty of leftovers. This is a client down on the bottom that I saw that they were ripping out their kitchen. And I just texted her and said, "Hey, I'm doing DoorDash. It's coming to your house. Do you want Mexican, Chinese, or, whatever?" And I think she did a Mexican burrito. So we have this humongous burrito. And so this is stuff that actually don't just go, "Oh, enjoy your kitchen," or, "Oh, I can't wait to see the pictures," or, "Oh, thank you so much," or, "I'm sorry that you're lost." Send them something. Be a little bit more thought-provoking and being closer. And those are your groups, guys. You can divide your Facebook groups into your family group or a close friend group, so you don't have to search your billion friends and you're seeing everyone. You can just go search for 5 minutes, look in your little circle of influence of your close friends and clients, and kind of watch for them, and then be more more caring and more, be more caring and stand out versus just giving a little bit of heart or give them a little happy birthday wish or something. So that is what we got there on that. I wanted to share this one here. Those who might be new, that one that's in white, please go there. That is actually, you might have to get invited. If you click on that, I will invite you, but it's all in with Eric Hatch, bit.ly/all in with Eric Hatch. And that actually is all of the, handouts and stuff. Last week we dropped in, 2 weeks ago, we dropped in all the buyers and seller checklists. So those are all in there. They're updated too. And then if you have any friends that or other agents on this link, you can certainly send them the link that for this training, the one that you guys have for your Zoom or the one that you're catching. But here's just a bit.ly / Eric Hatch training. If you give that to anyone, if you forget to that long link, just say, hey, it's bit.ly / Eric Hatch training. So anyway, guys, that is it today. So I really want you guys, those who came in late, it was all about creating more right there, converting buyers, doubling your income from just converting your buyers. Take the existing buyers that you guys have and really work them and call them into the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 12th time to be able to convert them. And then when you guys have a wonderful success story, feel free, share it, share it and say, I reached out to that person 12 times, 8 times, and he finally returned my call and we're in contract or we had a sale. But that's where the money is, guys, that you're getting bombarded by bunch of people in the beginning, but most agents stop around call 3. They just stop doing it. So just keep being persistent. So any questions on any of that? Did I talk too fast?
Nope, you're good.
I have a question. What distinguishes like on your CRM, your clients like VIP to VIP Elite?
Thank you. That's a great question. Okay. So let me tell you what I do with that. I divide up those people because I have about 267, I think, people that are on my VIP list. And I have about another 400 and something people on my past client list. And so and they're 2 different lists because my past client list are the people that I sold a house to that moved away. And so I want to make sure that you distinguish that and divide that up in your CRM, because if I do a pie giveaway, and I shared this with some people before, is I'll get all these texts and emails going, well, thanks, Eric, but we're in West Virginia. Are you going to be driving a pie and dropping that off? Because I certainly am going to drive by and pick one up at your office, as a joke, of course. So it's like, so you need to kind of divide that marketing up of how you're going to be prospecting on that to different people. So my VIP list is that people who have sold a house that live here. Now my VIP Elite is that guys, there's it's called Perk Your Sphere. It's a small little read. It's called Perk Your Sphere. And it's a little small little book that's where that whole thing came from in regards to this VIP Elite. I would definitely read that and grab that. Perk Your Sphere. And so the bigger one is if I keep getting people who are giving me more referrals, giving me more business, that I can see that probably once a year they're handing me some type of business and I'm closing their friend's business, and they're like your best advocate. They're like the people that are out there going, oh no, you need to use Eric Hatch, or no, you need to use no, you really need to use somebody. So if I'm getting a lot, then that actually sets them apart. Then I start sending them, and my letter actually is a free car wash, one night babysitting. What else is on that list? Maybe they add a little bit more money to their Starbucks. There's some additional things that they actually get for being in that VIP Elite. I don't really have a lot of people in there because it's kind of hard to distinguish, because most people, and I really honestly haven't developed that, but that's what the letter says. But I don't have very many people actually in there, even though that they do. I will add some more additional monies to their Starbucks card, and anybody who gives me a referral. I just sold probably my 8th house with the Wamser family, maybe 9th or 10th, from 4 generations and kids. And now I just sold his mother's little condo in Grass Valley. So they keep calling me back. So I take care of them, and they love their Starbucks cards and they love their gifts. And when it's their birthdays and I know their restaurants, it was Sereno's, I give them a Sereno gift card. And so, that's what I do. But Annie, thank you. That's a good question. So you can actually divide up and however you want to give extra stuff to them for being on that VIP Elite, but it's going to be a small group. It probably will only be 5 to 10 people. And then if that 5 to 10 people, you can, move, just have different special parties with them if you wanted to, or you could invite them to a little bit different and send them to a dinner of a little more intimate group and say, I'm inviting you to a dinner at a local restaurant just to say thank you. That is also something more important too, just being face-to-face with them, because it was wonderful when I had a customer appreciation party at my house last week, and I think we had 15 to 30 people coming, about the same time. I think ended up being 4 more couples came after, I think, Jessica, you left, but it was fun just to see them and hang out. So those are, again, face to face, because you want to treat them with great respect and friendship, and then they'll actually provide you. You guys should make sure you have your vendors, because on that vendors list there should be a vendors list there for you. In that CRM that you should put who your vendors are. I actually have a list that I pass out. It's in my magazine, and I just go, they want to know a vendors list. People call me all the time. I go, who do you have for a painter? Who do you have for a plumber? And they better be in your phone, because most of the time they're just texting you. They'll call you like a year later and they'll say, hey, Eric, this is so-and-so. Just want to check in. Do you have a painter? You want this? So boom, I send it. But then in my magazine, they get that. My vendors, like every other month, they get a copy on the back page of who the vendors are. So make sure you connect with them. And that's a whole different, different class on that of how we actually work that. But good question.
I have one more question.
Please go ahead.
So the Google Doc that you have, where you have them fill out information about themselves, where do you store that? When it comes back, and how do you keep track of that?
So go to SurveyMonkey. I think it's surveymonkey.com. I think it's a free service, but make sure, as a learning curve here on a pro tip, make sure you put their name on the front. They have to require to fill out their name, because when I first did my survey, give me your birthdays, give me this, and their names weren't on the first of the survey. So I'm guessing, going, okay, who are these people? Who are these people? Because I did a mass email on that, and I basically just took that information, took it into my CRM, and just planted it right there, and just kind of dropped it in. So when you see a person, and you can actually just go right into a person, and then your CRM should have a total like birthday information. And so you can just like edit. Actually, there's an edit right there. But yeah, it's got birthday, home anniversary. You can add, you guys, I can't quite get to that. Your guys' screen is like, the Zoom bar is like right in front of that where I can edit it, but I can go put all of their information and stuff in there, and birthdays and anniversaries and that type of stuff too.